When they came up there, what I just say to them, so you people are gay. And then my choice of not calling him out is solely not for him. I am convinced that I am not the only person that could have experienced this. He's not the one I'm protecting, but
Okay.
the people around him who might
Okay.
be negatively affected by what might come up, because something will definitely come up. But there are people that will be dented whom I don't know how
Hmm.
it will go with them.
Let me show you something.
All right.
Somebody wrote something, like sent me a message when I announced I was going to interview you.
Hey, bro, trust you're well. You want to interview Charles? Charles Chinwike was my contemporary. He joined Claretians after his 400th level philosophy. He then had his postulancy and progressed to the Heart of Mary, novitiate, Otonkon. I hope I can recall right. It was at the novitiate he was dismissed, if I am right. His story was a controversial one too. Prior before he joined Claretians, there were unconfirmed rumors from his course about his sexuality while he was a lay student in philosophy. However, I do not know if these rumors affected him in the novitiate. But one thing about Charles is that he is a good guy and talented from my observation. I wasn't close to him at all. Nonetheless, I feel like he shouldn't be dismissed in that way. There are ways to help facilitate psychosocial
Psychosocial.
intervention for seminarians rather than making them feel rejected.
Look at the date he
All
sent
right.
that. That was the day that I posted I was going to interview you. You see that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Mm. How do you feel reading what somebody wrote about you?
This evening has been so many things.
Mm.
This evening has brought so many things my way. Terrible memories and some bit of relief. Yes, there was a time something like that came up. It came up while we were in 100 level,
Mm.
and the certain classmates of mine by name Jonas called me in the library one day. That day, I cried like a stupid person because all through my secondary school, I didn't hear the word gayism or homo. I went to mixed secondary school, so such word wasn't there. And it was a school owned by a pastor, Harrops College, came to
Mm.
Lagos. It was after my secondary school. I finished secondary school in 2010. And my first time of hearing that word for the first time was 2011 when I came back to Enugu here.
Mm.
Then Jonas called me. We related well. Then he met me in the library, a Declaration Institute of Philosophy's library. He cornered me there at the staircase. He was like, "Come, do you know what is going on in the whole school now?" I said, "What is it?" He said, "You work with," he called names. He called three people in my class. And these people were people that I was in the same choir with. There's a choir in the school that they called special choir that
Mm.
like selected few, but when we gather to make music, we do magic. So
Mm.
these three people, one was our organist, the other one was the choir master, and the other one was the part leader in tenor.
Mm.
Their names withheld. They said so. It had turned out that these people were already in their blacklist as gays. And in my innocence, I don't know what that was. I don't know how to identify them. I didn't know how to say that this one is this or this one is this. I was just
Yeah.
there. Then
Mm.
Jonas told me that he counted three people. And I am someone that don't make friends, but these three people are just people that my spirit tallied with, that I was, gisting with, talking with. And someone came up one that told me that these people you are working with, all of them are gay. And because of that, I know that Jonas told me, I know you are not gay, but for you to associate with these people, you have been counted as one of them.
Mm.
I went downstairs. I called two people out of these three. I called them to the library. And when they came up there, what I just said to them, so you people are gay. And then I could remember, yes, I felt betrayed.
Yes.
I felt that I was like, So you people are gay, and I'm moving. You people are gay. The other one busted out and was laughing terribly. You know this one that is laughing. You will know him because I think you might have met him in your junior minor seminary. He was there.
Okay.
He was there in your minor seminary. Yes, Zidane. I don't know if you know anybody
Oh
by the name
yeah, I
Zidane.
know Zidane. I
I
know
won't call
Zidane.
him. What happened then was that these people that were coming up with this propaganda were actually the gays. And they were just like looking
Ah,
for how to recruit people, you know?
ah,
They would things like that. So when I spoke, when I made that allegation, so uno with this thing, you know, Zidane was laughing. He laughed and laughed. Laughed out of the library. The another person was being compassionate. But bro Charles, how can you say? How can you think of this? What thing happened? How did you come about this? Somebody tell you something? I say it doesn't concern you how I came to know about it. You know, it was like it felt like maybe a younger brother, and all of them, two of them were far older than I am. Zidane is almost
mm,
6 years older than I am. So I was the youngest amongst them. I was just there tearing up. I was like, so this is what you cannot tell me, you know. And I've been associated with you people, this one and this one. It took time, like it took almost one semester for us to get back and start talking again.
mm,
When I found out that those things actually came up because I started sniffing. These
mm.
people were actually conk what they say, and they were looking for people to recruit. So when
Okay.
they look at you and they feel you be like say this one, they'll start making up stories. See, my own story then was that you associate with people we know that are this in their
Mm-hmm.
brain. These three
Mm,
people they called are this, and for this boy, for this brother to be moving around with these people, all the car also need name.
mm,
This is when I remember the exact word Jonas used. All the Kosonifa name.
mm.
You get, and
Yeah.
that was see, it went a long way because this discussion now is bringing up so many things. Then I had to meet a certain seminarian then from Kogi State. I told him, see you, I don't know what is happening. No, I was in year one then, and this person
Mm,
was in 300 level. I was like, see what I'm hearing. Oh, see what people are saying about him. Then he laughed and said, you have not seen anything. That he, as he is standing here now, that rumors have been flying that he's sleeping with all the cooks in the school, that that because there is a secondary school in the seminary there, that he sleeps with all the teachers, that he sleeps with the cooks, that say, see me now, imagine me. Oh. And then may they even give me make I dey enjoy myself. That was
mm,
how it ended on a lighter mood. We left. But apart from Jonas, nobody came to my face to tell me that you are associating with these people, and for that you are being accused of something like that.
mm,
So every other thing that happened maybe happened in the closet, people gathering to gossip or say whatever they want. But
mm.
I know myself.
Good.
Yes.
I'm glad I shared this with you because it feels like you're trying to
Yeah,
protect other people from experiencing what you experience if you name this priest that molested you.
exactly.
You don't want people to be called
I
homosexuals because they are close to that priest,
have
even if they're not.
exactly.
Mm. How do you feel about that?
I hope it will bring relief. I hope it will lead to the healing that I hope one day might happen. One other process, one other means of healing that I encountered was I was open to talk about it, not
Mm,
with a priest experience. You won't even ask me. So far, I know that you knew that I was in the seminary. Once I see you, I'll be like, come on, they don't pursue me. Oh, I know they there. Oh. Some will laugh
mm,
and will be like, you are not serious, and they would laugh about it. There are people I would tell immediately. Some women I told actually started crying. Someone cried, about 2 to 3 people. They're like, what happened? This one and this one. I was like, excuse me, don't get me emotional. I'm trying to heal. This one might plunge me into what I don't want. And
Mm.
I keep on, most times I will run. So
Mm.
whenever I see them and they'll be like, Bia, it's not getting what happened and all that.
Mm.
And I keep telling them, I don't know.
Mm.
And a certain couple from St. Peter's Chaplaincy, UNN, a certain couple went behind my back to investigate to the provincialists. They asked questions. It was when they came back that the woman called me and told me,
Mm.
I had to go to that you people's provincialist, and I asked my brother. Yes, she had a brother there, I think a nephew, and or saying that the Nanaha Guamado, something like that.
Mm.
That was how I came to know that they went there and they did that. Just, I don't know. So today is just like a day of remembrance, a day of memory refilling, a day of mixed feeling. I cried at some point, but
Mm.
I cried at some point. I think that was when I was sharing the story of the molestation. It hasn't been easy.
It hasn't been easy.
No,
Mm.
that's it's just terrible. So see, any moments, any since that day, any time I hear someone say, maybe a lady or a guy says something like, I was raped, I was molested, I it the now this is an experience you have lived. You are
Mhm.
not imagine. I am not imagining it. I am
Mhm.
just recalling it. It
Mhm.
recalls back,
Mhm.
and everything just, sometimes you feel these goosebumps,
Mhm.
like it's just
Mhm.
awful.
Yeah.
And at some point, even after I have been able to hold myself back, sometimes I ask myself, are you sure you're still normal? Because even at this moment, without engaging in sexual gratifications, I am still asking myself, are you sure you have not fallen to the other extreme, that of people that never want this
Mm.
after having such experience? But
Mm.
I get consolation from the fact that every now and then there is this feeling of, there's this sexual urge always coming, right? Which shows
Mhm.
that I'm normal, that I have not been
Mhm.
stoned.
What will
Okay.
healing look like for you?
This healing, is it possible?
Tell me.
I don't know. Now, my main aim of coming to this, saying, bringing all these things up, is that I know that deep down, there are some other people who might have gone through this. There are
Mhm.
thousands of seminarians who have experienced this. There are
Mhm.
thousands of ex-seminarians who are out there thrown out with no dignity. If really you care for people's dignity, if really you care for people's growth, when you're throwing them out, you should be able to say, hello, this is what happened. You have done this. We have found out this. Okay, we cannot continue with you. Go, you can go now.
Mhm.
Not being a coward, not being insensitive, not being so, that is unchristian. There is no
Mhm.
Christianity in what these people do, because
Mhm.
do you know that while I was healing, I came across other people who have experienced the same, who were feeling worse than what I was feeling. And you
Mhm.
could imagine someone that was suicidal consoling other people, giving people thoughts of hope. And at
Mhm.
some point, I could remember one person that I met then. We sat down, we talked, we cried,
Mhm.
this sanctifying cry, this
Mhm.
purifying tears, this
Mhm.
holistic rejuvenating tears that flows. And after that, this guy told me, if I had known that you have this kind of experience and you have been going through all these things, I would have come to you before now. It was a purifying moment that relieved a lot of things. And
Yeah.
yes, we cried and something good came out of it, because now when the experience was shared, when the comforting words were said, it was not say it didn't come from imaginations. It came from someone
Mhm.
that had lived the experience. And my
Yes.
my 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 focus or my intent in this is there not a way that these formators can do better? Is there, no, that is one. Is there
Mm-hmm.
a way that a safe haven can be created, creating an atmosphere of healing where people
Mm-hmm.
gather around, share experience, learn from each other's story, you know, just make something out of it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes some people come together, share stories, and it renews the wounds. That is not
Mm-hmm.
what I am intending. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it will be a story towards, moving forward, a
Yeah.
story geared towards people getting better,
Mm-hmm.
a heaven, a place where people come and get better, where people come
Mm-hmm.
and see the light, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Leaving the seminary, being expelled, being
Mm-hmm.
dishonored doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that you do not have vocation, doesn't mean that
Mm-hmm.
life has come to an end, doesn't mean that
Mm-hmm.
you're useless, because that is what they
Mm-hmm.
make some of us look like. You are
Mm-hmm.
unworthy, you don't
Mm-hmm.
belong here, something like that. Can't the formators be flexible? Can't they,
Mm-hmm.
for me, like what I wrote in on my wall there, I said the formation process here seems so mechanical. There is no
Mm-hmm.
flexibility. There is no time where you see it. By the time they could call you and tell you you have done something, you are already out of the gate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It is terrible. Can we have a space where people can? I don't know if I am calling for a revolution, but I think something has gone wrong and is still going wrong, and it
Mm-hmm.
has to be addressed. We should
Mm-hmm.
address it because, yes, I might be strong. I have conquered mine. You have conquered yours. Do you know there are so many other people there? There are several young men and women there who were jettisoned, who were thrown out without honor, with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Can't we have a space where this is, where people come, like a healing space where people come for healing, share
Mm-hmm.
stories, comforting words, so that some people would find meaning again. Some people will find redirection. Some people would not get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. This whole thing is not really all about me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am in the middle of it and I am asking, can we do this? Is it something that is feasible?
Um, I'm hearing that you want to move away from your pain and see how to channel that energy to create something, to make it creative, to create like a safe space for people to share their own pain, to encourage each other, and hopefully the formators in Nigeria will hear these experiences and change how they expel people, how they send people out without dialogue. I'm hearing that you are desiring that people from hearing your story can be encouraged. And to a large extent, that is what this page, that is what my social media handle is doing. We're not doing the best yet. Hopefully, we encourage other people to get on with the job, but we are trying to every Sunday we listen to an ex-seminarian share his story. My argument is that the seminary system in Nigeria needs an immediate overhauling, that there is no compassion in the formation of seminarians. And like you said, it is very mechanical. There's no true formation. One time I wrote something and challenged them. For 1 week, tell all the seminarians you are free not to come to chapel. You are free not to come to any program. Just anyone, make all the activities optional for 1 week, and you see the kind of guys you have there. Because there is no training in responsible freedom, there is no training in the human person. It's all about just take it till you make it. As long as you get your grades right, you're good. So my brother, this is the job that we can do together. I'll continue to lift those stories from other ex-seminarians every Sunday, so you can always join us, chime in, say one thing or the other. A seminary in Abuja has invited me to write something about accountability and all that. So Yeah, we were also right, but most of the people we are speaking to are not going to be reading magazines printed by a seminary. So we continue to use all the channels we have, and know too that when you start speaking like this, people are going to label you as evil. People are going to label you as someone who is just disgruntled and embittered. It will be so rare for anybody to see the purity of your intention. It will be so rare for anybody to see and appreciate the fact that even from your pain, you intend to heal, to bring healing for others like you and for yourself ultimately. That is what I'm hearing. Please tell me if that is what you desire most, if that's the most important thing for you now, or there's something else.
That exactly is why I came up with this. That's
Okay,
the driving force.
okay, okay. If you give me his name, you can be sure that I'm not going to make it public in Nigeria, but you have to give me his name in the context of this video, so I'm not accusing him outside. If you call his name verbally, then that's on you. It's your choice. If you type his name in the chat section of this our um, software that we're using to record this video, I can see it, and I will take it up as a mandated reporter to make sure that he is held accountable for the abuse, the molestation that he meted on you. Let me know what you want. And then with the seminary declarations, we can champion a cause for them to close this loop. You deserve to be told what you did. And I am suspecting, and I can tell you that just from hearing your story, I'm suspecting that they also believed that you are homosexual, that you are gay from that experience that happened. And that's why they are not telling you why, because they think that if they tell you why, they cannot prove it. And then you'll be like, they need to show you evidence. You understand?
Uh,
So I'm suspecting that, and I'm telling you
yeah,
that just from hearing your story. That's what I'm suspecting. But there are, apart from this case, there are also many people that they have expelled. Their seminaries in Nigeria expelled without telling them what they did, and not all of those things have to do with something around
yeah,
same-sex relationships.
yes,
So,
yes, exactly.
by the way, I want to shout out to Anthony Nonso Dim. He's a friend, and I didn't even know that he was so instrumental in your own processing and healing. So shout out to you, Anthony Nonsodim. So he's somebody I like to read what he writes. He's a very refined gentleman and he's a brother, very compassionate. So thank you, brother, for supporting Charles, for working with him. The church is not one that hides evil and impunity. That's not the image of the church. That might
Yeah,
be the image of some cabals that we watch in Nigerian movies. That might be the image of a gang, but that is not the true image of the Catholic Church. We are loving people. We hold ourselves and our leaders accountable, and that's the only way to go about a healthy continuation of our faith.
I would love to encourage those ones who are losing faith. That is just like a part, a little portion of your journey through life. There are other beautiful things out there, though it might be difficult for you to process and believe that you can be something else outside what you think you should be. But just give it time, give it a thought, and something beautiful will be made out of you. And for the formators, please and please be compassionate. Help these people. Nobody goes to the seminary perfect. Anybody that goes to the seminary is going there to be modeled. If you are formed there already, there is no need going there. So
Mm,
give room. Let these people be formed.
mm-hmm,
Be compassionate and be the father you are supposed to be, not a competitor.
mm-hmm.
Yes. And to everybody that was there for me, my classmates who were there for me during my ordeal, I want to say a very big thank you for to all of you. Thank you
Mm.
very much to all of you. To those ones still in the seminaries and in the convents,
Yes.
just be open minded because it might strike at any day. And
Mm-hmm,
I think it's better if you always think about it
mm-hmm,
than when you close your mind that it's not going to happen and it happens someday and you're
mm-hmm,
devastated and lost.
mm-hmm.
So just be
Mm-hmm.
open-minded. If it happens, let it happen. If you are able to, if you make it to the end, glory to God.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything for family members of people who are expelled from seminary?
Yes, to the family members, I think those moments are the looks like the hardest moments of one's life. It looks like when imagine someone that maybe have like that has like 10 children, and someday the 10 children and the wife dies at the same time and all that, and
Mm-hmm.
all you could say to the person is ogagoga chwanyam or no me something. You keep on saying derogatory things.
Mm-hmm.
Those moments are moments of love. Those moments are delicate moments that love should be shown. Show the person all the love you have within you. Let this person feel love, because this person is coming from a place that people showed him or her that you are not wanted, and the person is
Mm-hmm.
coming back to his first love, which is the family, and the family members come on him or her in this way. It is
Mm-hmm.
horrible. It's just so terrible. Please be compassionate, be reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is not, it is most times, it is not solely someone's fault that the person is thrown out of the seminary. There are
Mm-hmm.
those like me who do not know what they did, who were
Mm-hmm.
told that they are wonderful, who were told that they are the best, and still were thrown out without
Mm-hmm.
no explanation
Mm-hmm.
of any sort. Please try to understand.
Mm-hmm. Hello, people. This is Charles. I have Charles on the phone. It's become difficult for us to conclude. I hear that you are choosing to not make other people go through what you went through by giving out the name of this priest who abused and molested you. I think that is a noble decision. I think that is okay because you alone know the depth of the pain that you experienced. So I hear that and I honor that. I also want to let you know that if you choose, it has just become hard to continue the conversation with Charles because of poor internet. There are different parts of Nigeria where you have very good internet. So I'm not saying there's poor internet everywhere in Nigeria. So Charles, I know you will watch this. You are not a victim. In all of this, you are the victor. You are still telling your story. And I'm not bypassing any of your experiences and pains and losses. All of that included, you are the winner. Don't see yourself as the victim. They may have victimized you, they may have done all of that. That's not okay. But you are still able to share this story, and with all the love and compassion in your heart, you want to send out this positive message for people who may be experiencing what you experienced. So you are the victor, and thank you for being bold enough to share your story. And I hope that it becomes an opportunity for other people to learn and to be encouraged, especially for our formators to learn, to trust the people they are forming, and to share with them whatever they find about the formandee.